In many parts of the world today, people say religion is fading. Churches are empty. Faith is mocked. Belief is treated like something old and unnecessary. But that story is not the full truth. Because while faith may be weakening in some places, in others, it is doing something far more powerful. It is surviving. It is growing. And in some of the most unexpected places on earth, the Catholic faith is not just alive. It is thriving against all odds. These are not easy places to be Catholic. These are countries where believers face pressure, fear, laws against them, or even violence. In these places, being Catholic is not about comfort. It is about courage. It is about holding on to faith when everything around you tells you to let go. In this video, we explore 10 unexpected places where the Catholic faith is growing stronger, not weaker. Places where believers worship in secret, rebuild after destruction, and pass on their faith even when the cost is high. Watch until the end, because the final places may surprise you the most. Number 10. Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia is one of the most restrictive religious countries in the world. Public worship of any religion other than Islam is forbidden. Churches do not exist. Religious symbols like crosses and Bibles can bring serious punishment. For many, this would seem like a place where Catholic faith could not survive at all. And yet it does. Catholics in Saudi Arabia are mostly foreign workers. Many come from countries where Catholicism is part of daily life. When they arrive, they do not leave their faith behind. Instead, they carry it quietly with them. They gather in small groups, inside homes, apartments, or hidden rooms. These meetings are never announced. They are shared only by word of mouth. Inside these private spaces, Mass is celebrated. Prayers are whispered. Sacraments are shared with great care. Every person knows the risk. Discovery can mean deportation, loss of work, or prison. But fear does not stop them. In many ways, strengthens their faith. These hidden Catholic communities remind us that faith does not need buildings to survive. It needs belief. In Saudi Arabia, Catholic faith lives quietly, deeply, and bravely, even where it is officially denied. Number 9. Turkey. Turkey is a country shaped by Islam and strict secular laws. Christianity is often seen through the lens of history and conflict. Catholics are a very small minority, and public religious expression is limited. Yet the Catholic Church continues to exist and quietly serve. The Catholic community in Turkey is made up of locals and foreigners. They worship in a small number of churches, often under close watch. Instead of loud expansion, the church focuses on patience and presence. It supports education, charity, and dialogue between faiths. Catholic schools and institutions offer learning, support not only to Christians, but to the wider society. These efforts build trust and understanding in a place where Christianity is often misunderstood. Catholicism in Turkey survives not by force, but by faith lived through service. Its growth may be small, but its impact is steady and meaningful. Number 8. Russia. Russia is dominated by the Russian Orthodox Church. Catholicism is a minority faith, often overlooked or misunderstood. Many Catholics belong to ethnic groups like Poles, Germans, and Lithuanians, or are foreign workers and students. Church buildings are limited. Many Catholics worship in simple spaces, shared halls, or private homes. These gatherings may look modest. The faith inside them is strong. Catholic institutions in Russia also focus on education and cultural dialogue. They provide spaces where faith and learning meet, even in a difficult political climate. Catholics continue to practice their beliefs with quiet determination. Being Catholic in Russia often means being invisible. But invisibility has not erased belief. Instead, it has shaped a community that values faith deeply and lives it fully. Number 7. Nigeria. Nigeria is one of the most powerful examples of Catholic growth in the world today. Despite poverty, violence, and religious conflict, Catholicism is expanding rapidly. Churches are full. Vocations are rising. Faith is alive and energetic, Catholic worship in Nigeria is vibrant and joyful. Large congregations gather, not just to pray, but to support one another. Faith is not separate from daily life. It is at the center of it. The church also plays a major role in education, healthcare, and social justice. Schools, hospitals, and aid programs fill gaps where the state often cannot. Catholic leaders speak out against corruption and violence, giving hope to many. In Nigeria, Catholicism is not only surviving hardship, it is shaping the future. Number 6. Japan. Japan is known for Shinto and Buddhist traditions, not Christianity. Catholics are a very small minority. Yet the Catholic faith in Japan has a deep and powerful history. Centuries ago, Japanese Christians were persecuted and forced underground. These hidden Christians kept their faith alive in secret for generations. That spirit still lives today. Modern Japanese Catholics are few, but deeply committed. Catholic schools, hospitals, and charities play an important role in society. Faith is lived quietly, with discipline and devotion, in a highly secular culture. Japanese Catholics show that faith can endure without numbers, through dedication and service. Number 5. South Korea. South Korea has seen one of the fastest growths of Catholicism in modern history. This growth is surprising in a country shaped by rapid modernization and strong Protestant influence. The Catholic Church earned deep respect during times of dictatorship. When it stood for human rights and democracy, priests and laypeople protected protesters and spoke against injustice. That courage left a lasting mark. Today, Catholicism attracts young, educated people searching for meaning beyond material success. The Church addresses social issues like inequality, mental health, and the environment. In South Korea, Catholicism is seen not as outdated, but as thoughtful, moral, and deeply human. Number 4. Vietnam. Vietnam is governed by a communist system that closely watches religious activity. Churches operate under strict rules. Yet Catholicism continues to grow, especially in rural areas. The Church provides education, charity, and spiritual support. Many young people are entering the priesthood and religious life, showing a strong future for the faith. Vietnamese Catholics have learned how to live their faith carefully but fully. They respect the law while staying true to belief. This balance has allowed Catholicism not just to survive, but to thrive. Number 3. Iraq. Iraq has suffered decades of war and religious violence. Christian communities, especially Chaldean Catholics, faced destruction and near extinction during the rise of ISIS. Churches were destroyed. Families were forced to flee or die. Yet faith did not disappear. After ISIS was defeated, many Catholics returned. They rebuilt homes. They rebuilt churches. They rebuilt community. Their faith is ancient, rooted in the earliest days of Christianity. Despite unimaginable loss, they continue to worship, teach their children, and hope. The survival of Catholicism in Iraq is one of the strongest examples of faith enduring through suffering. Number 2. Cuba. For many years, religion in Cuba was restricted under communist rule. Churches were closed. Believers were pushed aside. Faith was treated with suspicion. Everything began to change after the visit of Pope John Paul II. Slowly, religious space reopened. The Catholic Church returned to public life, offering aid, education, and care. Today, Catholicism plays a quiet but important role in Cuban society. It brings people together and offers hope during hardship. Cuba shows how faith can return not through conflict, but through patience and peace. Number 1. China. China officially promotes atheism and strictly controls religion. Catholicism exists in two forms: a state-approved church and an underground church loyal to Rome. In rural areas and hidden spaces, underground Catholics gather in secret. They pray quietly. They baptize in private. They share faith at great personal risk. These believers face surveillance, harassment, and arrest. Yet the church continues to grow. Faith is passed from parents to children, from generation to generation. In China, Catholicism is not loud. It is strong. Its growth under pressure is one of the most powerful stories of faith in the modern world. These 10 places show us something important. Faith does not disappear when it is challenged. Often, it becomes stronger. Whether in hidden rooms, rebuilt churches, or quiet communities, Catholic believers around the world continue to live their faith with courage. Their stories remind us that belief is not about ease. It is about endurance. If these stories inspired you, support this work by subscribing and staying connected. Your support helps keep these stories alive and shared with the world.